Hello there. Hi. What's up? How you doing? I'm here. I'm alive. I am here today to give you guys a little update because November is NaNoWriMo and I participated in NaNoWriMo, if you know. I made a video about this a couple weeks ago, so if you want to get the lowdown of what I was doing, you can check out that video. Long story short, I am working on a rewrite of a draft that I tried to do November 2017, and it is a Moulin Rouge retelling. The first question, the main question that you probably have is, Jenna, did you win NaNoWriMo in 2018? And my answer to you, person who asked, is it's like 11 p.m. on November 26th, and I won. I did the thing. I won NaNoWriMo for the third time. Wow. Yes, I did. I won NaNoWriMo for the third time in my life. What? So I've been doing NaNoWriMo for about 9 years now. I started in 2010. I won the first year I did it. The last time that I won was 2016. And then the only other time that I've won is this year. I did win. I didn't think I was going to. If you watched my previous video, you'll know I was like really not ready and not in the mood for NaNoWriMo, and so it was very odd this year. It was like so different from years past because I feel like in years past I'm just like so hyped about it, so ready, like I prepare, I vlog the whole thing, I'm just like really into it, and this year was like so low-key. It was almost like I didn't care about it, and because I didn't care about it, it let me finish. Obviously I did not vlog the whole month because you're getting this video. I started on day 1 and I really thought I was gonna quit on day 2, and so I was like, there's no point, like I shouldn't even vlog, I'm not even gonna win this year, it's stupid, life sucks, you know, whatever. And then I won. So I'm really boo-boo the fool. For the most part, what happened was every day I would spend the whole day being like, oh my God, I should write. I don't really want to write. I'll write later. Maybe I'll write later. Who knows? Maybe I'll quit. And then it would be like 10:30 and I would get into bed and the lights would be all dark and out and I'd be like, oh, time to write 2K. And so I would literally be turning in my word count at like 11:57, like no lie. I was like writing frantically at like 11 p.m. It's great. The draft is not complete. We're like halfway through the story right now. If you've seen Moulin Rouge, I am at the part like right after the pitch, like that. I hit the Elephant Love medley and then I think I went a little bit past that, but for the most part, like that's kind of where we're at, which is kind of the halfway point. The goal for this month was kind of to write 50K to win NaNoWriMo, and I did that, and then after I hit 50K I just like stopped working on that piece. Yeah, I'm honestly just like really impressed that I made it to 50K because for the most part what happens to me consistently almost every single year, right around the time when I hit 25K, between 25 and 40K, that's the zone where I'm like, oh, I should quit, like there's no point to keep going, like why should I do this to myself? I should just quit, you know? For some reason, 30K is like a prime time for me to be like, you've written a lot of words, but you don't need to write anymore. I saw myself getting ready to do that this time, and I was like, you know what? No, like we're not gonna do that. These are questions about writing / my work in progress / NaNoWriMo. I don't even know. I haven't really looked at them. Here we go. Okay, so Eliza wants to know, since you thought you were going to quit, what was your motivation to keep going? Honestly, I don't know, because on day 2, I was like, I'm gonna quit. Like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna quit. And I didn't. And then YALLFest came around, and I didn't write during YALLFest, and I was like, I know I just wrote 9,000 words in one day, like 2 days ago, but like, I should quit. This isn't worth it. And then I wrote. And then Thanksgiving came around and I was like, I don't really want to write. We're doing Thanksgiving stuff. Like, I won't write. And then I wrote. And then I won. It's not even that I was like, ooh, like, let's finish. Like, I'm going to do this. Like, consistently, almost every single day, I was like, I should quit. I'm going to leave this writing for later. And then, like, 10:30 p.m., Jenna would be like, no, I'm a finish for you because you're lazy. But I think, honestly, like, my motivation was that I was unmotivated. Oddly enough. Like I said, I hit that point of 30K and I'm like, ooh, I should just quit. And when I hit that this time, I didn't, like I had those thoughts and I was like, now is a perfect time. You could quit. Like it could happen. And I think I saw myself trying to self-sabotage and my brain finally woke up for once and was like, no, like that's stupid. Why would we do that? Just win. Like you can do it. And I just did it. I just did it. Olivia wants to know, what are your plans for this novel now that you have a first draft? Well, Olivia, I don't have a first draft. I have half of a draft. The overall goal for this book, like, this is a passion project for me, even though I hate it right now. I've really wanted to see, like, an Ace Moulin Rouge retelling in bookstores for, like, years now. And, like, that's my goal. Like, someday I would like to have this book be good enough to publish it. The problem is I think it would take me probably, like, a long time, like at least like 5 years to get it to the point where I'm satisfied with it. Rewriting it this year has shown me that like it can be better than it was. My goal at this point is to finish the draft. Like I'm not even letting myself think ahead to editing. Like I need to finish the draft. My thought right now is I might try it again for NaNoWriMo and finish it instead of like starting from the beginning, just like write the second half in 50K, because I think that's how long it's going to take me. But because I have this poetry collection coming out and because I am trying to do a bunch of different things in the new year, I can't commit to this book right now, and it's so special to me, so I don't want to rush it, and I don't want to try and write it when I shouldn't and all that jazz. So my plans right now are to finish the draft someday. Olivia also wants to know, what is your editing process? Editing poetry is so different from editing prose, because for the poetry collection, I could more easily pick it apart and I could like weave themes into it. In poetry, words are so important that one word can change the entire like soul of a poem. And so for that one, I felt like it was very nitpicky, and for my poetry collection, I like really have just like torn it apart and put it back together and like pulled at threads individually to make it what I want it to be. But with fiction, I haven't really done like a full draft edit before, and so I don't know what my editing process for that is. I have no experience in that, so I can't really answer your question very well. Trees Are Friends 2 wants to know, what was your inspiration and how many words did you roughly write per day? Okay, words per day, I think my average is about 1667 because of I was so up and down. There was one day where I wrote 9,000 words in a day. The last day I wrote 5,000 words in a day. Usually it was like 1,700, I think. My inspiration is always Moulin Rouge. This year was a little bit different because I did see the Moulin Rouge musical over the summer, and so it was like, well, after I saw it, I was super inspired to write this book because the musical, like, it makes you think about Moulin Rouge in a different way, and there's a lot of things that I saw that I was like, oh, I want to implement that, I want to make that different in my book, but kind of use it. Abigail wants to know, are you more motivated to write the plot or characters? I suck at plot. I just want you to know, like, that is the thing that I've struggled the most with for this whole book. Characters, however, I love making characters. I've always loved making characters. I think characters are what drives stories. I do love my characters, so I think that's kind of what has kept me going, is that I do love these characters so much. Jerica Pierce wants to know, did you listen to any specific songs while writing? No, I have playlists up for like the main characters of this book, for the book itself, for like inspiration for the book. Like I have so many playlists for this book. I really wrote a lot in silence this year, actually. For the most part, the things that I wrote to were Hang the DJ, the Black Mirror episode. The soundtrack to that is amazing. The Stranger Things 2 soundtrack, not the first one, the second score, that's one of my all-time favorite scores. It's so creepy but so beautiful and electronic, and like for some reason that was just like my vibe. So Jord Reads Books wants to know, did you plan or plot your novel before NaNoWriMo, or are you a pantser? Yes, I kind of went into it. I did technically have like an outline, and I obviously was rewriting the first half, so a lot of it was stuff that I had already played with before. I had thought over the summer of things that I wanted to change in the plot to make it a little bit different, but for the most part, once I hit about 25,000 words, I stopped looking at my outline. Usually I am a plotter, but for some reason this time I was like half pantser, half plotter. Booktube, with lots of U's and O's, wants to know, did you have plans or hopes to publish your Nano project at some point? Obviously, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of times when I do write Nano books, I'm always like, this is the one. We're going to publish this. It's going to become a bestseller. I'm going to be famous. Like, you always have that thought when you start NaNoWriMo, but consistently every single year, I just like utterly fail, or I don't write a good enough draft, and so I'm like, well, that's it. I'm never going to publish a book ever. Yes, I think this is the main project I've ever worked on, though, that I'm like, I think if I put a lot of work into it, like a good like 5 years, I think it could be good enough to turn into like a published work, but I would have to put in a lot of work. Just Hannah wants to know the best and worst things about participating in Nano. The best thing about participating in Nano is the competition. Like, I love competing with other people and competing with myself, and it's just like, it's fun. Like, I haven't had a November without NaNoWriMo in a long time, and I don't know what I used to do during November before it. The worst thing about participating in NaNoWriMo is that you can feel really down about yourself, and it makes you think like, oh, I'm not a good writer, like I'll never get published, like I'm so bad at this. and it can just make you feel really down for the most part. Mainly, it just like will stress you out for 30 days and make you want to die, but in a good way. Cool. So that's basically all about NaNoWriMo, my book, the stuff I've been working on, all that jazz. This is totally separate from my poetry collection, which is the thing I'm working on. If you don't know, this is a perfect time for me to plug it. I have a poetry book coming out next year. What? I announced it on Twitter the other day. I don't have a cover or a release date yet, so don't think you missed it. It's not there yet. But I have a little graphic up. If you go to my Twitter, you can kind of like see what it's about. I have a couple blurbs on there. It's pretty cool. And it's on Goodreads now. So there's like 17,000 of you. Probably about 2,000 of you will watch this video. But if you're watching this video and you like me and you are confident enough in my writing that you would like to read it / purchase it someday / own it in a book, you can go add my book on Goodreads. It's called Water Runs Red. If you don't know what it's about ruined friendships, and it's kind of set in a fantastical setting of like witches and evil tyrants, and I get really emotional when I think about it because I'm really proud of it. But I promise you it's going to be really good. You're going to want to read it. I will be making a video all about that. If you have questions about Water Runs Red, please leave them in the comments below. I'm going to try and make the video within the next month, and at that point, hopefully it'll be up for pre-order. I really have no idea what I'm doing, so bear with me. I'm a new self-published author. I don't know anything about anything, but I'm trying my best, and I want it to be good for you, so if you have comments, questions, anything about my poetry book, about NaNoWriMo, about writing, about me, like put them in the comments below. I'm going to be answering them in a video soon. So yeah, cool. This was a lot. There's so much happening. Life is getting pretty crazy. It's the end of the year. Like, I don't know when I'm going to make videos. So please bear with me. Follow me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter and Instagram, at Jenna Claire K. I have a bookstagram now. It's at Jenna Claire Books. That's where I'll be posting poetry information. So if you want to keep up with me there, that'd be great. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all of your support. I could not do any of this writing stuff without you guys. And you make me so happy. So cool. I'm going to stop getting emotional and I'm going to go write. But thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.